right, boys, another day, another AI model. That's what I like to say. No. Today, Sonnet 5 just came out from the Anthropic team. This is coming out at a very, very specific time. It's not just another one of these like AI releases, new model, new benchmark, new blah, blah, blah. This is coming out at a pretty significant time because it's happening during a lot of controversy when it comes to these AI models. Firstly, from Anthropic, Fable 5 and Mythos 5 have been completely revoked from public access. Right now, a regular person like you or me cannot use Fable 5 or Mythos 5. Mythos 5, for those of you that don't know, is this like super, super ultra strong Ultron level AI model that is so good and so powerful that Anthropic has been banned by the US government from allowing people to use it. It was only available publicly this month for like 3 days to normal people like you and me, and while people were using it, the NSA from the US government gave Anthropic team 90-minute notice to revoke it completely from public usage because it was so powerful that it like hacked into cybersecurity level stuff of the US government. It was so powerful that both of these models had to be recalled by the US government itself. So Claude Sonnet 5 alongside Opus 4.8 from Anthropic is the most recent models that have been released that aren't under government scrutiny, if that makes sense. So I want to look into what that looks like. So you can see here, this came out 37 minutes ago. Let me know this channel is the fastest, best place to learn up-to-date AI stuff as it happens. We just moved to New York City, so the setup is a bit ugly, but let me know this just happened, so let's talk about it. As we always say on this channel, these like benchmarks and stuff that they go over are pretty much performative because you can see here, 4.6, Sonnet, Sonnet 5, Opus 4.8. There's not that much of a difference here. They just want it to be known to the public and to probably investors that like, hey, look, we're getting better, you know? But like to the everyday user like you and me, are you going to notice a 63.2% difference or a 69.2% difference in agentic coding? Probably not. You're probably not going to notice that pretty crazily, right? Even this, are you going to notice a 2% difference in agentic coding on the Terminal Bench 2.1? Who even knows what that means? I only care about what this looks like and what this means for the users, right? So for you and me, people who are vibe coding an app or an iOS app or a website or something like that, I only care about what this looks like in cost and effectiveness for that, right? So you can see here, even like computer use. 81.2%, 83.4%. That's like a 2% difference. But the biggest thing that we could take away from this, even without all these numbers, is that Sonnet 5 is now basically as smart, noticeably, as Opus 4.8. And if you're like an everyday user, you're probably not going to notice the difference, but much, much cheaper. As you can see here, even Claude Devs is saying you can use the tool at Sonnet pricing with the same 1 million context window. So we've basically got an Opus 4.8, but wrapped as Sonnet 5, but not as good as Fable or Mythos 5 because it's not that dangerous and the US government didn't ban it. So it kind of shows us like the tiers of smartness here, right? So GPT 5.5 from Codex, which is what I've been using for like my daily driver for the past like 3 months, is reportedly by their own benchmarks as smart or maybe like 20% less smart than Fable 5. But now GPT 5.6 came out. And that's not allowed to be like sent out to the public because the US government also thinks GPT 5.6 is too smart. So we now have like a weird tier list, right? So Fable 5 and Mythos 5, maybe GPT 5.6, and then right here we have Opus 4.8, and then right below it we have Sonnet 5. But these three on the top, 5.6 and Fable 5, Mythos 5, are too smart for everyday use. So it's like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Because if something is 20% or even 10% less smart than something that is Ultron level smart, how smart is it? And when are you going to start banning those? You know what I mean? But I've been yapping a lot. Let's kind of just showcase what this looks like. So here's like an iOS app that I made. So the easiest way for us to showcase the like difference between Opus 4.8 and Sonnet 5 is, as usual, a random vibe-coded iOS app, right? So right here on this Pro Max, this is Sonnet 5. Well, I should put this right here. So we have Sonnet 5 right here and Opus 4.8. I gave them both the same exact task. It looks something like, what did I say? I said, maybe an entire iOS app that sets random reminders to you via notifications to do stuff like drink water, sit up straight, call your mom, small stuff that you forget. Make it a paywall with $4 a month with upgradable features, and I want it to be robust, Gen Z vibes, and open it up on the simulator, right? This one is Sonnet 5. I gave it the same exact thing, and it looks pretty vibe-coded, I'm not gonna lie. But the iOS notification goes through. The settings looks fine. It has that gradient, you know, like vibe-coded gradient thing on it, which isn't that good. This is what Opus 4.8 made. One thing that I want to take note of is that Opus 4.8 has been doing this for 17 minutes. That is absurd. That took so much longer than what Sonnet took, and it's still going. Again, 17 minutes, nearly 20 minutes to make this very simple app. Sonnet 5 did that in I think maybe like 4 minutes. So right now it's taking 4 times the amount of time to make probably the same exact app. So let's see what it does. So library is here. Looks a little different than ours. I think maybe 4.8 looks a little different, but I also don't like that you have to scroll a lot. Settings on this, settings on this. 4.8 looks a little better. It has the themes. We don't even have themes on the Sonnet 5 one, which is totally fine. You can re-roll notifications, nudges per day. They each have nudges per day. And then if you go here to berries. Okay, let's go to home. Home on 4.8 maybe looks a little better. I think there's too many emojis. And they've kind of combined these 3 when these 2 on the Sonnet 5 are a bit of a different like setting or a different card. But I think they're both mostly the same, right? Maybe this is a little better if you want to like have it spread out in something. But like I said before, the difference between these 2 versions aren't going to be crazy. Like we said, it's like a 10% difference in like every single benchmark. But the benefit is that if you were using Sonnet 5 compared to Opus 4.8, it would be much faster and much cheaper. I can already attest to that this app took maybe 5 minutes to get out, but the Opus 4.8 one took 20 minutes. It took actually exactly 18 minutes to do that. And it was more money. So it's kind of up to you. But yeah, again, this is a very, very simple like benchmark test on my own. I do this every single time any like new model comes out. But I would say if you're somebody that's using like an API key from Anthropic or for someone that's using Claude Code to build stuff, try Sonnet 5 for sure. It is basically as smart as Opus 4.8, but much, much cheaper as we see here. And it's also much faster. So especially if you're using it to like power something like OpenClaw type beat or Mez type beat or just like for your business, definitely try out Sonnet 5. Just like when Sonnet 4.6 came out, I said the same thing. I was like, instead of using Opus 4.6 at the time, you should try Sonnet 4.6 instead because it's basically just as smart, but a little cheaper to use. So yeah, like I said, this channel is the fastest when it comes to AI news, testing AI news and making it actually understandable and not like nonsense AI slop. So if you learned anything from this, please sub. If not, I'm posting a really banger video later this week about Google Omni, which I know you guys would love to watch. So please watch that. Thank you.